Okay, so here you have Leroy. So question 5, 2018, has the following box of cereals in his cupboard. So he's 3 wheat biscuits, 1 corn flakes, 2 boxes of fruit and fibre. So he picks one box at random. Find the probability that Leroy picks a box of wheat biscuits. Well, for wheat biscuits, there's 3 boxes out of a total of 3. Add 1 is 4, add 2 is 6. So that's a half. So you can put in a half here. Okay, there is some nutritional information about fruit and fibre shown on the box. There is 1 gram of salt in 100 grams of fruit and fibre. So that means that out of the 100, only 1 of it is salt. So work out how many grams of salt are in 40 grams. So it's a different amount. So you're just going to multiply it. So if we do 1 over 100, multiply that by 40, you can see you get 0.4. Okay, so I'm going to put 0.4, and that's grams, so 0.4 grams goes in here. Okay, for the next one then, there are 9 grams of sugar in 40 grams of fruit and fibre. So 9 grams of sugar in 40 grams of fruit and fibre. Work out how many grams of sugar are in 100. So a new amount, so multiply it by 100. Put that into your calculator. So you have 9 over 40 multiplied by 100, and you can see you get 22.5 grams. So that's 22.5 grams, 22.5 grams goes in here. Okay, so now Leroy's doctor recommends a daily allowance of 60 grams of fat. Use the table below to work out what percentage of his daily allowance is in 40 grams of fruit and fibre. So we're looking here. So in 40 grams of fruit and fibre, there's 3.3 grams of fat. But you have to remember he's only allowed 60. So we want to find out as a percentage, so multiply by 100. So there's 3.3 grams out of the 60, multiply by 100 to get a percentage, and that is 5.5%. So that is 5.5% of his recommended daily allowance. Okay, so you can see that's only a small portion of it, so 5.5% sounds correct. Okay, so for the next one then, there are 18 grams of sugar in 100 grams of cornflakes, and there's 11 grams of sugar in 40 grams of wheat biscuits. So work out which of the cereals contains the less sugar per gram. But you're going to have to change each of them to fraction. So we're going to change 18 over 100, and then we're going to change it to a decimal. So 18 over 100 gives you 0.18. So that's 0.18 grams. Then for the wheat biscuits, you have 11 grams out of 40, so change that to a decimal. 11 over 40, so 11 over 40 equals 0.275. Okay, so this is 2 decimal places, this is 3. Just going to add a 0 to make it 3 decimal places. So you're looking at 180 and 275. So which one is the lowest? Well, you can see that this one is the lowest, okay? So it would be the cornflakes, okay? For part D, then it has to do with your income tax and trying to work out pay. So Dorothy has a gross income of €600 per week. She pays tax at 20%. Okay, she has a tax credit of €32 per week. Work out Dorothy's weekly take-home pay. How much does she actually earn? So on her 600 that she earns, she has to pay 20% tax. Okay, so I'm going to do 600 multiplied by 20%, and that's 120. So that's €120. That's her gross tax. But the government have said, instead of you paying €120, I'm going to give you a tax credit of €32. So that means that they're going to take that away off the tax. So 120 minus 32 is €88. So €88 is her net tax. So that's how much tax she actually pays. So to find out her net pay, or take-home pay, which is how much she actually earns, you just need to do 600 minus the 88, which is the tax that she pays. So 600 minus 88, get €512. So that means that when she earns €600, she pays tax and ends up with 512 in her account, which makes sense. Okay, you wouldn't expect to get more into your account. Okay, part E, Dorothy puts 3,000 in the bank for 2 years at an interest rate of 5% per year, compound interest. So work out how much money she will have after 2 years. So for this one here, so if you earn 3,000, okay, and you pay 5% interest, so that's, sorry, this is a bank, so this is 3,000 savings. She gets 5% as interest, so they give it to her. So 3,000 multiplied by 5%, so they give her €150 at the end of the year. Okay, so that's the end of year 1. Okay, so that means at the start of year 2, she ends up with 3,150 this time. And again, she gets 5% on that. So 3,150 multiplied by 5%. So now they give her 157.50. Okay, and that's the end of year 2. Okay, so see at the end of year 2, they give her 157.50. So they're trying to ask you how much will she end up with? Well, she's going to have that 3,150 and the 157.50 that she earned at the end of year 2. So when you add them together, you get 3,307.50. Okay, so 3,307.50.